Welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of Bold Real Estate Investing. I'm your co-host, Chris Angel, and I'm here with your host, Bill Dean.
Well, hello.
Bill, where's the gun show? Show me like the,
Yeah.
there. Oh my gosh, dude. Been hitting the gym. Yes, I like it.
Well, hey, it was kind of perfect. We want to have a strong network, and that's what we're talking about today.
Bill, nice segue. Yes. Strong networking. Yes. I mean, and you said it before we hit record, we've talked about this, a network in multiple ways over episodes, but give me what's on your heart and mind this time around.
All right. Well, it's been, this is all a journey, and we're having this podcast as I'm growing myself in my network and my realtor skills, my landlording knowledge, my just everything, because it's always changing and new opportunities arise. So it's actually almost like a thankful topic.
A whatful?
Say what?
What is it? A whatful?
Thankful.
Oh, thankful. Yeah.
Like, I'm very grateful to have the network I have developing. And it's been a process and some luck, but luck is just doing the right things over and over.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, because, we've talked about it from the first episode that real estate investing is a team sport. Like, you can just go remodel homes by yourself and call yourself a flipper, and that's fine. You have a great job. But real estate investing, where you're involving all sorts of people, from realtors, bankers, photographers, insurance agents, contractors, maintenance guys, to buyers and, sellers, all these different things, they all can benefit from working together.
Right.
And that's one of the beautiful things about this job is that, in real estate investing, you can benefit so many people in positive ways.
Right.
Yeah. So I just kind of talk about the things that have been working for me, and where I go and what I do to help other people. Because when I first started, like, okay, I'm going to try full time in this. Where do you start? Where do you go?
Right. So many different variables.
Yes. So, like, one of the first ones that everyone always brought up was just join a real estate investment club, an REI club.
Yeah.
Sweet. Guess what? In Bismarck, North Dakota, there are 0 clubs.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
But in Minnesota or Minneapolis, just, 6.5 hours away by car, they have like 7.
Right.
So that was, if you are in an area that has an REI club, you can find it online or just on meetup.com. Start there, because you're going to meet a lot of the people you need. But how I had to do it was, in essence, I became a great interviewer. Or,
what do you mean?
So I had to start, okay, who's advertising to find investors? And certain agents say, the investment realtor or your investment resource or.
Got it. Okay.
So, call them up, go sit down. I mean, you have to spend time doing it, but hey, tell me about yourself.
Yeah. So you went out and it wasn't even like there was a network available. You just went and found people who were targeting investors.
Yep.
Whatever their product or service was. And you're like, let's connect. And you were actually building it from scratch.
Yeah. And it's interesting because some people, like, most times we get interviewed,
right.
Like, people are checking us out to see, like, are you worth selling to? And are you worth my time? But when you go in and you have the agenda, and it's actually like, hey, I'm looking to find out, what is your responsive time? Do you own any rental properties yourself? How many people are you working with? Do you have a pecking order? And you start digging into them. Like, I had some great conversations and a lot of just.
Right.
We weren't speaking the same language.
Yeah.
They just kind of shut up and it's like, okay, guess I'm going to go now, Mr. Investor Realtor.
Yeah. Right. Going to look at somewhere else. Well, okay. Yeah. Keep going.
Well, I was just saying, so and that's same with, they find a good agent, interview them. The other part is that I went, because they like it and it's a little easier, was sitting down with lenders. Because I knew what strategies I was capable of. I knew who I wanted to be working with. So I went and sit down. Every time I met a new mortgage broker or mortgage lender or commercial lender, hey, let's get together. The cool thing is when you become a realtor, they'll buy your lunch.
I know, right? Yeah.
But, I started interviewing them like, hey, what type of loans do you do? And you'll find out real quick, some people just
Yeah.
have a job, and then there are people who are passionate about
Right.
the success of their clients. And those are the
Wow.
people I would highly recommend working with.
If you had, maybe you already have this, if you had a list of questions to ask each specific person, like here are the questions to ask an agent, a lender, an attorney, whatever, I would pay you for that list of questions.
I actually have something like that. I would have to take it. I have it actually in a book. So
yeah, I mean,
But I
if you
can
think about like having the booklet of questions to ask each of the vendors or the partners in this game, and I buy it one time and I get to use that like forever. I get to use those questions forever. Like the residual value of those questions is great and more than worth the investment. That'd be anyway.
yeah.
I'm just putting it out there.
$3.99. It's be great.
There you go. Those of you listening, if you want those questions, I mean, think about all the pain that's, listen, one bad deal because you worked with an agent who you didn't pre-qualify with the right questions more than pays for a list like that. So if you guys want that list, I'm telling you now, go to BillDeanHomes.com and hit the contact button and say, Bill, I want your list.
That'll work. I can do that for sure.
Nice. Keep going, Bill. I sidetracked the conversation with that, but I was like, oh, that sounds like a good resource.
Well, no, it is good because it's something I had to develop myself
right
through multiple interviews because, I went into it full of excitement. I was in that new job, new possibilities. Hey, I want to build this real estate empire and everything. Yeah. And, you get enough no's, it kind of slows that train down. But, well, the cool thing is like I had to do all the interviewing myself because I had no network really in that investment circle.
Right.
But if you know an investor already or a contractor, hey, do you know someone who's already doing this?
Right.
One of the largest, most wealthy investors in my area, I literally messaged him on LinkedIn and he's like, absolutely, let's go have coffee.
Nice. That's awesome.
Wow. Talk to him about a deal. He's like, do you want to go fly up there? I'll fly us up there. It's 2 hours and some away. It's like, no, I'm not ready to hop into a plane and go look at this property. Like,
you should have said yes.
And I mean, just watching him work on the projects at such a high level was like, just, mouth open, drool.
Yeah. It's
like,
so cool.
Someday.
Do you find that the investor community is pretty open? Like they're pretty willing to share and collaborate?
It depends.
Yeah.
So some people are extremely open because they understand that, no matter what, I need people to buy and sell homes from.
Right.
And at some point I will not be doing this anymore. So why try to keep people out?
Right.
Those people exist. They're out there. They're wonderful to work with. They see the big picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you have the other side, which you'll see in every profession.
Sure.
Walls up. This is mine. There's only so much pie and I want it all. How much can I squirrel before I suffocate? Like,
right.
They exist too. Let them go live in their little pile of misery.
Right. Yeah.
So, and you'll get that. In fact, Robert Kiyosaki talks about it in his Cash Flow Quadrants book, the language people use. So, he's like, employees talk like employees. Oh, I didn't get a raise. Oh, I'm not going to, I'm limited because my job won't let me do X, Y, Z.
Right.
Hear it. Versus an investor, the language is so different. Like, oh, how could you scale that? So how little do we need? How much do you think we could like,
right.
The opportunity talk, you can hear that when you talk to someone.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. It's no different when you're talking to these investors because, there's people who will rob you for every cent they can. And then there's people who genuinely will hold your hand and get you going.
Yeah.
And so I wish there was a perfect way to figure that out, but really, if you meet someone, go talk to the people they work with.
That's the whole point of the episode, right? Is networking for success.
Yes.
Like, you gotta go network.
Yeah. So some of the things that I've had really good luck with personally is, well, one, just going out interviewing. I mean, that was the start of it. That is the long, hard way of doing it. It's good to learn, but you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
If you can find your way into an investment club or a cash flow meetup or even just an investing meetup, you will find those people. Look on Craigslist where it says looking to buy beat up home, looking for a home to flip, looking for those people are in the game. And then when you drive by a house and it says, for rent, Call the number.
Mm.
They're obviously a landlord.
Right. Right.
You know, hey, how long have you been doing this? What got you into it? Just start getting to know them.
Is it like what do you say? Like, I'm just looking to network with other investors or people in the investor community, and then
Sure.
and then you see what they say. They're like, okay, cool, or no, I'm not interested. And
Well, I don't have a perfect script for this. I literally, when I would call, would just be like, hey, my name is Bill Dean. I see you have an open rental. I'm trying to get into this myself. Would you ever want to get coffee?
Right. That's it.
Okay. And some people be like, no, I don't have time for that. And some
Right.
people like, sure. You know, they usually
Hmm.
might have a deal they want to sell you or whatnot, but
Sure.
you just start to learn a little bit because I have one right now. I got a call back. I did a yellow letter campaign in 2014, and I still get phone calls from people who saved the letter, you know, and then when they're looking to sell it, hey, you sent me this letter a few years ago. You still interested? Well,
Wow.
yes. And just a week ago, this last weekend, I went and looked at a house that I looked back in 2014, and they
Wow.
fixed it up. And hey, you know, I've had all sorts of whatnot offers, but I'm willing to do some financing for you because I trust you. We have that experience, and I'm still doing it. And
Wow.
so
That's
that
crazy.
was just picking up the phone, making the call, going looking at a property I knew I couldn't even afford at that time, but just,
Wow.
hey, I'm here to
Yeah.
learn. I'm here to network. Let's see what we can do.
That is interesting. Like, and as much as investing is, people talk about investing being a numbers game and very logical and not emotional. Like, there are still humans involved, right? And like, humanity goes a long ways in building relationship and trust and a network and vendors and I mean, you know, the whole thing. Like, anyway, I think people forget that sometimes in investing. Like, there are
No,
humans involved.
it's true. I had someone ask, you know, so do I have to sell my house to, you know, if we get multiple offers, do I have to sell it to the top offer? Not at all. And when it's a rental property, it's just kind of the same thing. If,
Right.
oh, you know, this is number 300th door for this guy, or I can sell it to this young family that's just trying to, you know, get started in this. They can pick what they want,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So when I bought my first duplex, the seller was like, boy, I'm so glad I'm selling it to someone like you. I wish I would have bought more houses when I was younger.
That's so
And
cool. Yeah.
just had that rapport, and I still see him all the time. So we still talk, and
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for him to sell his last 2 duplexes.
Love
But
it.
so yeah, the networking side is actually like talking to people. It's not about Google searching. I mean, there's a part in time for that, but you need to actually meet people and go in with an agenda almost where like, hey, if I'm talking to a realtor, I want to know if they know their stuff or if they're just a pretty head. Like, let's find out. Are you lending just to make money to go home and then enjoy your actual life? Or is this something you're passionate about?
Right.
You know, are you out to make top dollar remodeling, or are you willing to be busier working for me, knowing that every single day I'll have something for you to do with rental properties? So, so it's going out there and doing that. Another thing I've used that's really helped my network is just a professional networking group.
Right.
So like I use Master Networks. And there's other ones out there. There's Toastmasters, there's Glee clubs, there's like the Optimist Club.
Master Networks is a national networking organization, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's structured. It has a plan and make sure that every single person in that group talks every single meeting. You have an opportunity to bring guests,
right?
But it's a platform for me to talk about real estate investing,
right?
And then when we have large socials, then I'm meeting all sorts of people who might even do the same thing as me, and we get to talk and you know, what's going on? What do you think of this new change? And so we're meeting each other. And then what happens is when we talk about, you know, establish that relationship of trust where, this person knows what they're doing. We're on the same page. Hey, Bill, I'm looking at selling a triplex. I want to move up to this 8-plex. You interested? Sweet. You know, I got first dibs. No one else in the way. I can put it through a lawyer. I can through a title, or I can just close it through my own company. But, you know, they're thinking of me because we do the same thing. And that's just through networking effectively, just meeting people and, oh yeah, I do real estate investing. What do you do?
Right. Totally. Yeah, totally. Side note on Master Networks, I know you can join chapters. You can go to masternetworks.com and look if there's a chapter in the area. I don't know where you guys are listening to this, but you can go to masternetworks.com and look up chapters. You can even start a chapter. Like they'll help you launch a chapter. But beyond the structure of a group, what I hear you saying sort of as the overarching conversation here is that just go talk to people about investing, whether it's for the purpose of working with them as a vendor, or it's just another investor. And there's stuff that happens in the conversation, opportunities that open up, community that gets created, wisdom that gets acquired. That's what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah. So it's not transactional only.
Right.
I mean, there is a possibility of transactions coming from this, but you're going out, meeting real people, creating a real relationship. Right. And then you have that top of mind awareness. So, when someone comes in to a lender, let's say, and they're like, hey, I'm retiring. I have 10 units I'm selling off. Do you know anyone? Oh yeah, I just had coffee with Bill, Right. I've had that happen before where here it is. Here's 7 houses they're selling off.
Wow.
Thought of you, and it gives me the opportunity to look through it. So
that's amazing.
So it's not just like, can you help me now today networking?
Yeah.
It's the long view of, hey, what do you think of me? Can I use you? How can we help each other? So it's really beginning that relationship and like, how can we help each other in this process?
Yeah.
And then being bold about it. Surprise, surprise.
I know what? Bold. Yes. Be bold. Be bold. Yes.
So when you are tearing into a house, or you're getting a new duplex, or you're getting a new investment property, or you're just starting your first one, put it out there. It's free to post to Facebook. I mean, you're not selling anything. You're just, hey, just got my first duplex or my first single family under contract. I'm so excited. We're going to clean it up, paint it. I'll put pictures online. You guys are going to love what we can do with this rental. By the way, if you know someone needs a rental, let me know.
Yeah. So good.
That's amazing where, like, even today before we sat down to record this, I got a message. Hey, this person's listing their house. They need some help because it has some investment opportunities. They're like, thought of you. Let me know if this works out. It's like,
hey,
yeah,
I love
sweet,
it.
And that's, I could spend thousands of dollars trying to advertise that person, but instead,
the
girlfriend plays softball with her.
Yep. So good. I think real estate investing can be lonely if you don't network, and it makes it harder. I am guessing if you don't have a network. So yes. I love this conversation. Any last minute wisdom about networking and investing that you want to share?
Really just get out there and do it. Even if you're antisocial, I mean, it doesn't have to be where you're every single day spending hours and hours and hours. It's just leveraging your time so that when you're meeting people, go to find out what they offer, not just in their one job, but what they can bring to the table, because they share with you. The more you dig into them, the more they'll dig into you. And that gives you that opportunity to make that impression. So
good. Good stuff, Bill. If people want to network with you, either locally where you are or even digitally because they're not in your same town, like how do people reach out to you?
All right. Well, the best way, because it goes right to my email, is through BillDeanHomes.com. So my name, homes.com. Click on the comment section. It'll send me a private email and I can reach out to you. So
I love it. Good stuff, Bill. You're always bringing good content, sir. I look forward to the next time we get to break down some bold real estate investing truth bombs. Until then, Bill, take care. Thanks for all you do.
Same to you. Thank you.